Yo, welcome back to another episode of the Stack Bitcoin Show. Welcome everybody. I see 7 concurrent viewers. What's going on? What's going on? Welcome everybody. My name is Roman. I talk about Bitcoin only. We don't talk about NFTs, ETFs, wizards, or any of that random BS. We don't trade our Bitcoin, and we don't lend our Bitcoin for yield. We buy Bitcoin, we hold on to it forever, and that's it. Buy Bitcoin, take custody, and repeat. That's what we do. Welcome. Round of applause from the live studio audience going out to Mr. Carl Black. First comment of the evening. What up, Carl? Let's go. Also, Bitcoin Beacon in the house. What up, Bitcoin Beacon? Good to see you in here. It's been a while. Happy New Year. I haven't seen you since. Shout out to Satwise. Wow, what up, Satwise? Good to see you in here. Happy New Year, too. And, of course, McLovin in the house. What up? Round of applause from the live studio audience. $102,000 Bitcoin is what we saw today so far. Dang, it's crazy, right? The biggest mistake of your life. Let me tell you what the biggest mistake of your life is going to be. Right? The biggest mistake of your life is ignoring the people who tell you to buy Bitcoin. What up? Carlos Aramillo in the house. A round of applause from the live studio audience for Carlos. We got 7 people watching. Wow. Okay. I figured out I'm going to start doing the preload of the show with the little timer. It works out pretty good. That way you guys can get warmed up and ready to start the show. And I'm going to add a picture of Boltar, our Bitcoin bull fortune teller. That way you guys can play with Boltar and talk in the chat while you guys wait for the show to start. So we'll start the show a little bit early, but we'll start the actual show at 2 o'clock like we've been doing so far. So welcome. It is crazy to see the price up. That's not crazy. It's expected, right? So people are saying it's going to go up a little bit more and then maybe back down to like whatever, right? But we don't care, right? We're going to continue to do what we're doing every Monday through Friday here on the show, which is just buy more Bitcoin, right? We buy the Bitcoin. We hold the Bitcoin. We repeat. We buy when it's low. We buy when it's high. We buy when it's sideways. We just keep buying. Okay, the biggest mistake you can make, the biggest mistake of your life, and that's a bold statement, right? Maybe you've made bigger mistakes. But the mistake that's going to cost you the most, or one of the mistakes that's going to cost you the most financially, is not understanding Bitcoin, not taking the 30 minutes. Not taking the 30 minutes to watch the Michael Saylor BTC Prague video. Oh my God, it's a full house tonight. Round of applause from the live studio audience for Hard Hodl in the house. Stack sats or get clapped. That's right. Stack sats or get clapped. Stack Bitcoin, save in Bitcoin, or lose your value to inflation. Simple as that. All right. Damn, that's awesome. It's fantastic to see you guys in here. Do me a favor, guys, hit that like button on the way in, and if you can, tap the screen to make the little hearts pop up. These little hearts right here. This stuff makes the YouTube algorithm kind of like kick off and remind people that are subscribed to come back and watch. Welcome. Okay, so again, we're at $102,000 Bitcoin, but we're not gonna let that stress us out. We're not gonna get too joyful about it, and we're not gonna get sad about it when it goes down. We continue to stick to our schedule, and that is we DCA every day. DCA to BTC. All right. So we're going to jump into the first segment of the day that is called the Bitcoin Strength. And of course, we all know what the price is right now because we've all been looking. You know, you've been looking. $101,660.04 for one whole Bitcoin. We are back below 1,000 Satoshis for a single dollar. Oops. It's sad to see. It's sad to see that, but it's also good, right? It means that the value of your Bitcoin is going up even more against the dollar, against the fiat money, right? So, it's kind of sad. Cosmic Satoshi, what up, dude? Welcome to the stream. Welcome back. Round of applause from the live studio audience for Cosmic Satoshi. People add, yeah. Oh, that's all good. It's all good. You can like if you like. If you don't like, it's all good. All right, so we have 982 Satoshis for a single dollar. What the heck is a Satoshi? A Satoshi is a fraction of a Bitcoin. Just like a dollar is made up of 100 cents, a Bitcoin is made up of 100 million Satoshis. If you can accumulate 100 million Satoshis, then you have then you have one whole Bitcoin. Let's say you're walking down the street minding your own business. You look down, you see a penny, you pick it up, and all that day that penny could be worth 9.8 satoshis for $1. Sorry, for a penny. Okay. When we started the show, we're getting 39 to 40 satoshis for a single penny. We're getting 4,000 satoshis for a single $1. And look where we're at. Look where we're at now. Not even 2 years into it. It's pretty wild, right? So, hey, what happened to Boltar? Is he chilling? There he goes. Boltar speaks. Very doubtful. All right. I'll try to keep you guys entertained with random stuff. So Roman, if Sailor Burstick, I don't know what that means. BTC keys on his own. Oh, on his way out. Oh, I know, right? What happens to MSTR stock? Oof. That's a really good point, Jake. What up, Jake? First of all, Jake, welcome to the stream. Welcome back. Round of applause from the live studio audience for Jake. Okay, we talked about the price of Bitcoin. That's a Bitcoin strength. That's good. Let's wrap up that segment. All right, so Jake has a good question. Okay. McLevin, that's awesome. If Sailor bails with, it wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense for Sailor to bail with MSTR's Bitcoin because he'd be shooting himself in the foot. Right? Like his Bitcoin would be worth less too. Like it just doesn't make sense. Like it's against his own financial interest to do that. Right? Do you know what I mean? His intention is already to when he hits end of life, I think his intention is to just lose his keys, go to the grave with his keys and make everybody else wealthier, right? So that's pretty crazy. Right? But I don't think he would do that to MSTR anyway. But that is a third-party risk. That's why you don't, I mean, as much as MSTR has gone up, I don't even look at the MSTR charts, guys, because I don't want to be tempted. But when you invest in MSTR, yeah, you might be making fiat money, right? You might be making fiat gains, right? And it is beating inflation. Don't get me wrong; it is going up by a lot, but you still you have that third party risk. So all you're getting is leveraged Bitcoin. Well, you're not even getting the Bitcoin. You're getting leveraged gains on Bitcoin and leveraged losses, right? So if Bitcoin goes up a little bit, MSCR is going to go up like 3 times, right? I mean, if you're trying to gamble it up and get some money quickly, I guess that'll be one of the ways to do it. But like for retirement, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. As long as the strategy continues to operate and Sailor doesn't lose his mind and just like take the Bitcoin or whatever, for example, like your question, then yeah, it probably is a better investment than Bitcoin if you're just looking at it from the perspective of money that you already have trapped in like a 401k or like a retirement fund where you can't take out the money and buy real Bitcoin. Yeah, that money's in there until you retire. Then yeah, that makes sense to invest in MSTR. Is probably the best performing asset you're going to be able to get into, right? But if you want that real sovereignty, real money that nobody can take from you, right, without third party risks, then you buy the Bitcoin itself, baby. You buy the real stuff and you take it into custody and you call it a day, and you do whatever you need to do to stack a little harder, right? And just keep doing that. Third party risk is real, exactly. Hard huddle, exactly. All right, so that's a good question. I love the questions. Keep them coming. Let's jump into why we stack. If you're new to the show and you're wondering what the heck is this guy talking about, what's the biggest mistake of your life? The biggest mistake of your life is going to be to ignore Bitcoin and think that you are safe in whatever government money you're currently using, right? I'm not saying don't use that government money. You can use it. You can spend it. Spend in pesos, okay? Spend in dollars. Spend in bolivards. Right? It's just paper. It's just paper. See that? It's just paper. Just like this post-it note is just paper. This post-it note and this dollar bill. What's the difference? What's the difference? Nothing. They're the same thing. They're just paper. Okay? So, but somebody tells you that this one's worth something, and somebody else tells you that this one's worth more, right? But it's all the same stuff. It's just paper with a drawing on it. That's an eyeball I drew. See? Just paper with a drawing on it. See? That's a bottle I drew. Okay, it's a paper with a drawing on it. It's all it is. That's all it is. The Post-it note might be worth more. The Post-it note might be worth more for its functionality because you can actually use it. I'm not gonna write a note on this and stick it somewhere, right? So this blank Post-it note has more value, more utility value than any of these cashes. Well, maybe not the pesos, because you can use that to buy more Post-it notes, I guess. But anyway, you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. So what is it? So what can you do? If you've been living in the matrix like all of us have been, and you were born in the matrix like I was, the money matrix, right, where they use you to keep you busy, to keep you producing, so that the real puppet masters can make themselves more wealthy with by using you as an economic battery and draining you of your time on this earth by forcing you or convincing you to use their fake money, right? When you use their money, you're being debased every single day. You're being debased every single day because as the money supply increases, and it does increase, it continues to increase, we spend more than we have. We borrow from the future. And when they say we borrow from ourselves, we borrow from the future. We're borrowing from your kids' kids. We're borrowing from your great grandkids at this point, and it's still going up. And there's no way to get it back down unless we actually go to a Bitcoin reserve as a country, right? That might help. But until they do that, the debt's going to continue to go up, right? And on top of that, another thing that grows the money supply is whenever a bank issues debt, that grows the money supply as well, right? When you borrow money from the bank to buy a car, you think they took somebody's deposit and gave it to you so you can go buy your car? No, they made it up out of nothing. They put a line in the computer that says, "Oh yeah, our database shows that McLovin now owes us $100,000 because he just bought himself a Raptor truck," right? And that $100,000, or what am I saying? Maybe like $150,000 for a Ford Raptor truck is going to go in the form of a check to the dealership, and they're going to count that as new money, right? Whereas the bank just created it out of thin air so that McLovin could be in debt to them for $150,000 at like 7 or 8%, and he's gonna have to pay that truck like a mortgage. Don't buy a truck, McLovin. Don't do it. Right? So then you're enslaved to pay that debt off forever. But anyway, when they do that, they created that $150,000 worth of value, worth of money, worth of currency, worth of monetary units out of nothing. They didn't change the actual value that the money represents. So when they increase the money supply, when the government prints more money, and when the banks issue debt, they increase the money supply. And when the money supply increases, the value that each individual dollar represents gets reduced, gets inflated, or you get debased. You lose purchasing power, right? Again, we go back to the pizza example. If you have a pizza with 8 slices and you slice it up again to 16 slices, you don't have more pizza. You have more slices. The pizza is the value. The slices are the monetary units, the actual money supply. Okay. So now when it would take you 4 slices of pizza, about half a pizza to get full, now it takes you 8 slices of pizza to get full, and they think you're greedy because you're eating 8 slices. Sorry, you're eating 8 slices of pizza, right? When in reality, all it is really just 4 slices, 4 of the old slices, right? Anyway, that's how they debase us through inflation. Inflation is another form of theft. It's the sneakiest, most successful form of theft that's ever existed in the history of humanity is inflation. Okay, because they somehow convinced us, the people in the matrix, the people that live on the fiat system, they've convinced us that 2% theft is okay, and that's what we're all okay with, and that's what we're all striving for. 2% inflation. Their goal is just saying that we are okay with being robbed at 2% of our savings. Okay, so what can we do? This is the problem. Okay, we understand the problem now. That is the problem. What can we do? Well, the easiest thing we can do, the best thing we can do, is to take the value we work so hard for and shift it out of the system where they can inflate it away from us. So take it out of the form of dollars. That economic energy that you have saved in the form of dollars or pesos or yuan or whatever, bolivars. You take that value and you convert it into Bitcoin, and now you have Bitcoin, which has a limited supply. It cannot be inflated, right? and that naturally will keep your value safe from the inflation that's going to continue to happen from your fiat money, from your paper money. Okay. Not only that, but as more and more people start to understand the properties of Bitcoin, they start to understand that it does shield you from inflation. That when you save in Bitcoin, your expenses get cheaper and cheaper because everything is going down against Bitcoin. When more people figure that out, not only when you will the inflation of the fiat help you get more wealthy, more purchasing power, but it'll also new people getting into Bitcoin will help grow the demand for it. And since the supply of Bitcoin is inelastic, it cannot move. You can't get more Bitcoin than 21 million. Then there's nothing else for it. There's nothing else that can happen but for the price to go up, right? So saving in Bitcoin is what you got to do. And to wrap up this segment, the Why We Stack segment, I'm going to hit you with this final elevator pitch. Why do you save in Bitcoin? You save in Bitcoin because saving in Bitcoin is like traveling back in time and giving yourself a perpetually increasing retroactive raise for the hours you've already worked for as long as you hold a Bitcoin that represents those hours. That's it. That's why we stack. I hope you guys enjoyed that segment. Do me a favor and hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you're watching and you want to say something in the chat, go say something in the chat. I encourage beginners to ask their questions. This is a safe space. This is a safe space for anybody that wants to learn about Bitcoin. And if you're lurking in the corners and you're waiting for the opportunity to pitch your poop coins, this ain't the place, bro. Okay? If you're coming in here trying to spam coins or like altcoins or poop coins or NFTs or ETFs and all that stuff, you're gonna get invited to the 2025 block party. Try me. All right, let me turn the music back on because it's getting a little serious over here. All right, so 2 years ago, my house was worth 15 Bitcoin. Today, it's worth 3. Dang, son. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Stat-wise, I'm starting to have like a little bit of a feeling of fear or anxiety because I might not be able to get to one whole Bitcoin on the show, dude. Like, I want to so bad. I want to make this show. Now, you know what? We're gonna freaking do it. We're gonna do it. We'll get to one Bitcoin eventually. Okay. What percentage of your salary goes into Bitcoin? That's a good question. That's a good question. Carlos, are you wearing your groovy dance outfit? Nice. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. That's crazy, dude. Like the amount of when you see the price go up so fast, you're like, damn, I'm never gonna get to one Bitcoin. But you gotta keep trying, right? We keep trying. We keep stacking, guys. We keep stacking. All right. Okay. This is gonna be a little extra pitch to help me grow the show, guys. I really want to get to 500 subscribers. We're at 300 and something. If we can get to 500 subs, we would actually get monetized on the channel itself, and I can unlock different things, including little sign-on badges for your names and our own little emotes, our own little what are they called? Oh yeah, I guess emotes or things. Let's see, unit bias, bro. I met billions of people will never get. Yeah, that's true. That's very true, Hard Huddle. That's true. That's a really good way to think about it, Hard Huddle. That's where you guys are in here, guys. That's where you guys are in here. That's where we're all in here, because you check that thought with a better thought that it is one Bitcoin is just unit bias. It's true. That's very true. I fell for it. See, I bet millions of people will never get to 0.25. That's true. That's very true. Have faith, intention, and belief go hand in hand with success. Boltar, is Roman rocking the Spider-Man boxers? Oh my gosh, that's awesome. All right, so that is why we stack. Let's get into the stack recap, yeah? Let's do that. Stop the song right over here and hit you guys with Oh, where is it? There it is. Stack recap, because we don't only talk about stacking Bitcoin here Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 5 p.m. Eastern. We actually do it. And today will be our 4th day of the year of stacking Bitcoin. Today's the 6th. And we're going to buy. The price of Bitcoin is above our average buy price for 2024. Sorry, for 2025. So today we're going to buy $20 worth of Bitcoin and get less than 20,000 Satoshis. It's so sad. Right? That is the purchase we're going to do today. So far, our overall standings for the show. We have the Bitcoin that we've stacked so far on the show through our DCA every weekday process, and we have the reclaimed Bitcoin that I've gained from selling things around the house. We have the donations that pretty much all came from Satwise. Thanks, Satwise. Round of applause and shout out. Cheers. We have the 100 days of Bitcoin savings total. And we have the total of 21 Moto mileage saved and stacked into Bitcoin stack. So all those stacks combined equals 0.3208983 Bitcoin for the show. And if we flash back to a couple minutes ago, or a minute ago, when Hard Hodl says most people, I bet millions of people will never get to 0.25 Bitcoin. And the show was actually already at 0.32. So let's count our blessings, yeah? Yeah. It's like I got paid. It's like I got paid what? Oh, more than that now. This is what let's just say it's like I got paid $20,000. This is what it's actually worth. It's like I got paid $20,000 to do the show for the last couple weeks, for the last couple years. That's not bad. Rama, do you think we may never see 90K-ish BTC ever again after this bull run? I don't think so after the bull run plays out, but I think we'll have another dip before the real Mondo candle happens. Like, I think we're going to get to like 120-ish. And this is not financial advice. This is just me guessing. I'm totally guessing, okay? Might as well ask Boltar for advice. I'm totally guessing. But based on the way that the market moves, it's probably gonna pump up to like 120-ish and run into everybody like taking profits. And then we'll have some kind of freak out. I don't know what it's gonna be, but we'll have some kind of freak out, and it'll probably dip down to like 90, maybe even 80, right? Like the mid 80s to the 90s, and then people will be freaked out. People that got in at 99, people that got in right now, people that got in at like, because they wanna get rid of all the paper hands first before they pump it up, dude. You know, like they gotta scare people into thinking this, and it's not gonna work out. They gotta have doubt, right? So they won't just flash drop it to like 90 or 80, right? They're gonna make it hurt all the way down. You know, they're gonna start dipping it and dipping it and dipping it, and so they're gonna dip it. And people are gonna be like, "Oh, I think we're gonna be okay. I think we're gonna be okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's only down a little bit. It's only down to like 100." And then they're gonna dip it again. Oh shoot, it's down to like 90s. Oh, we'll be okay. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'll set a stop loss at 80. And as soon as you set those stop losses, as soon as the people that are trading, as soon as they set up those stop losses, right? They got them by the you know what, because pretty sure from there, as soon as they put all their stop losses down there, right, in the 80s. Right? Because think about it. If people are new to it, they just got in at the all-time high, like 76, whatever it was, 67, 70 something, right? And right now they're in profits. Like the new Bitcoiners are in profits, right? People that just got in. And so if they're like, all right, I got in at 76, or I got in at 70s, or I got in at 67, I'm just gonna let it ride. But if it gets to like 80, I'll sell it and still be in profits, right? So they have that mindset, and they're gonna get rid of all those people first. You know, they're gonna go scare them out of the market, and then those guys might be in profits still, but some people that just got in now might not be in profits, and they can't handle the unrealized losses of going down from like 100 or 90 to 80 or whatever, right? So it's all a bunch of manipulation. And the way you avoid that is by DCAing, do the same stuff we do, right? When the price drops to when the price goes up to 120,000, let's say it does, right? What are we going to do? We're going to do the same thing we do every day. We're going to freaking stack some more, right? And when it goes down to back down to 100, we're going to do the same thing we're doing today, right? And when it goes down to whatever, 90 or even 80 or 75, 50, even Hard Huddle says if it takes back to 50, shoot, I'll be stacking at 50. Hell yeah, I'll be stacking at 50. Because if I can stack at 50, that's like going back in time. Look at, if we can stack at 50, dude, that's like going back to, shoot, the beginning of last year. If we go back to the 50s, we could be stacking, what is it? 37,840 Satoshis for $20 instead of 19,000 Satoshis, right? Like you and I, you guys that are here on the show, you guys understand what Bitcoin is, right? So we understand that. We understand we understand the deal it is. We understand the discount it is, right? Because it's like if you walk into the Foot Locker, I don't even know if they have. I don't even know if Foot Locker's still around. You walk into the Foot Locker, right? And you see a pair of Jordans in your size, and they're marked for $20. Are you gonna buy those shoes? Even if you don't need shoes, are you gonna buy those shoes? Hell yeah, you're gonna buy those shoes because you understand what they're worth. And even if you're not gonna wear them, you take those $20 Jordans, put them on Amazon or put them on on eBay, and you can sell them for however much they go for, maybe $200, $300, right? So you and I understand that Bitcoin is those Jordans. So when you see the price at 50, you're like, shoot, I'm buying that stuff, buying as much as I can, right? It's wild. It's wild. But that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Let me see what Satwise says. Let me catch up on this. Satwise, I agree with Raman. I'll run up 120,000 and drop to exactly, to close the CME. That's what it's called, the CME gap. Okay, for a few months back, then $500,000. Boom. Yep. So basically the bus is doing this, guys. Beep, 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 right? Before it goes up, it should go this way. This is the bus. And then before it goes up, okay? We're staying on the bus. We're not getting off the bus. We're not getting off the rocket, okay? The rocket's going to do what it's going to do, right? We're not getting off. We're staying on the rocket. We're going to ride that shit all the way down. We're riding all the way down, or we're riding all the way up, boys. That's what I'm talking about. We're riding all the way down, or we're riding it all the way up, okay? And if you look at the odds, it's more likely it's going to go up. All right. Flight of the Bumblebee. Let's go. Yes, definitely. Okay. So, going back to the spreadsheet. Now that we know how much Bitcoin we're going to buy today, we're going to buy $20 worth. There's only one thing left to do, and that is it's time to stack some corn, baby. Some Bitcoin, that is. All right. Gonna hit. You guys are awesome. Gonna hit strike over here. Open up that strike app, son. And hit buy. 20 queued in. $20 worth of Bitcoin going out today. We're gonna stop the song and hit that drum roll. Here we go. Next. Confirm. We're buying $20 worth of Bitcoin today. January 6, 2025. And just like that, we've accumulated an additional 19,418 Satoshis. That's so sad. 0.00019418 Bitcoin. You know what? I'll take it though. Still better than not having Bitcoin. Shoot. Okay, today we paid the price of $102,070.24 Bitcoin. We bought $20 worth. The yield is 0.00019418. And let's see. Crazy. All right, after we added the purchase for today, our holdings for 2025 were actually up to almost 3%. We've gained $2.38 worth of value. That means that the 80,000 Satoshis that we're holding right now in our 2025 bag, those 80,000 Satoshis, we paid $80 for them a couple of days ago, last week, and today. And if we were to go and try to buy 80,000 Satoshis today, it would cost us $82.39. It would cost us 2.98% more of today's weaker dollars. Okay? The dollar just got weaker against Bitcoin because Bitcoin went up. So, that example repeats. The trend continues. This is what happened in 2024, right? The Bitcoin lost its value, and it lost 70% of its value through 2024, right? And since the beginning of the show, we need to copy that. We need to copy that data. Since the beginning of the show, it's lost about 115% of its value in less than a year. No, in less than 2 years. Okay? So, yeah. Biggest mistake of your life? Yeah. Biggest mistake of your life is not understanding Bitcoin. Straight up. Biggest mistake of your life is ignoring the guy who told you about Bitcoin or the gal who told you about Bitcoin. Second biggest mistake of your life is the second time you ignored it. Bitcoin, you have to eventually come to terms with the fact that you were wrong on your first initial thought about Bitcoin. And it's okay. It's not your fault that you had those ideas, those preconceived notions of what Bitcoin was, right? There was a whole engine of I don't even know what you'd call it. A whole engine of deception used against you so that you would have ill will or negative thoughts against Bitcoin and would never consider it because that's the way. Whoa, that's right. Hold on a second, guys. Because that's the way Bitcoin. Oh, I messed this up big time, huh? Because that's the way they were trying to keep people from even trying to make the attempt to understand Bitcoin, right? So it's not your fault that you weren't interested in it at first. That you thought it was a weird thing. That you thought it was an illegal thing, right? That you thought it was a way to buy drugs because it used to be, right? But also cash is a way to buy drugs, right? So I can forgive yourself for not considering Bitcoin when you first heard about it. Forgive yourself for not considering Bitcoin the second time you heard about it. It wasn't your fault, okay? But have an open mind. Look at it now with new eyes and get educated on it. Study Bitcoin, and it'll be the best thing you've done for yourself, okay? All right, so there it is on the main sheet. Let's see how much how much our Bitcoin position is for today, January 6th, 2025. It is 3.2109281 Bitcoin. And with that, we go to the Q&A. Guys, I appreciate every single one of you guys showing up. This has been one of my favorite episodes, I think, so far, just because of the amount of people that are in here and the interactions and the shenanigans. It's super fun. So I'll see you guys back here again tomorrow. Okay? So if you have time, not busy, join me. We'll hang out, talk a little bit more about Bitcoin and be toxic. First time I heard about Bitcoin, I dismissed it as a gimmick, a scam. Back in 2016, I wish I had looked into it. Yeah. Same thing. First time I heard about Bitcoin, I thought about mining it, but then I was trying to learn about it when it was one of the highs, I think 2017. And I was like, it's not worth it to buy a miner. You're not even making enough. So I was thinking about making money, not making Bitcoin, right? I messed up. But hey, we're here now. We're succeeding. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for another episode of the Stack Bitcoin Show. But until then, remember, if you ain't stacking, you're slacking. Later.